Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village nestled between rolling hills and flowing rivers, there lived a handsome young boy named Incona. He was tall and strong, with striking features that made him the talk of the village. His dark, wavy hair and warm, captivating eyes made him a subject of admiration for every girl in the village. Wherever he went, whispers of admiration followed him, and it wasn't long before the village girls began to fall in love with him. But there was something unusual about Incona. Despite all the attention and affection that came his way, he did not feel the same. The more the girls swooned over him, the more distant he became. Incona had no interest in love or romance. His heart was different. While the other boys of the village dreamed of marrying and raising families, Incona had his mind set on something else, his passion for the mountains. Every morning, as the sun painted the sky with hues of orange and gold, Incona would take his bag, tie his boots, and head towards the high peaks. He loved the stillness of the mountains, the way the air was pure, and the only sound was the rustling of leaves and the call of distant birds. It was in these moments of solitude that Incona found peace. The world of love and romance seemed too noisy and distracting to him. The village girls, however, did not give up. They would wait for him outside his house, hoping to catch a glimpse of him, or, if they were lucky, have a conversation. They dressed in their finest clothes, hoping to catch his eye. But Incona remained unaffected. He would smile politely, but his heart was elsewhere, in the mountains where he felt truly at home. One day, as Incona walked along the path toward his favorite mountain spot, he came across a young girl named Villige, who was sitting alone by the river. She had heard the stories of Incona's indifference, but there was something about him that made her want to understand him better. She approached him and asked, "Incona, why do you not love the girls of our village? Why do you ignore the hearts that yearn for you?" Incona paused and looked at Villige with kindness in his eyes. "It is not that I do not love," he said softly, "but my heart is not for the village, not for the world of fleeting love. My heart is bound to the mountains, to the peaceful rhythm of nature. I am a part of this land, and it is in this solitude that I find my true self." Villige listened quietly, understanding that Incona's heart was not meant for the type of love the village girls sought. She smiled gently and said, "I see. You are not rejecting us, Incona. You are following your own path, one that brings you peace and joy. That is something to be admired." Incona looked at Villige with gratitude, realizing that not all love was the same. Some loved others with their whole heart, while others, like him, loved something different. "Thank you, Villige," he said, "for understanding." From that day on, the village girls respected Incona's choice. They stopped trying to win his heart and instead admired him from afar, accepting that he was a boy of the mountains, and his love for nature was his true calling. Incona continued his journey through the hills, living a life of quiet happiness, and every now and then, Villige would join him for walks, sharing peaceful moments in the beauty of the world around them. And so, Incona lived his life, untouched by the expectations of love, at one with the mountains and his own heart. And the villagers, in turn, learned to love him in their own way, without possession, but with deep respect for the boy who found his soul in the solitude of nature.